Hello all, welcome to Study Easy Mate. Today we will be solving the EPFO 2021 paper. Unlike the previous video, we'll solve the entire question paper this time, including the English and the quants also. I'll give you the answers and I'll give you a hint of how to, proceed with the solution. So, going back to the first question. She always organizes lavish parties on birthdays. So here they've asked us to find out the opposite in meaning. So the opposite of lavish is frugal, option A. I'll be quick here because I don't think so you need any sort of explanation over here. So so the option is option A. The soldier was greatly praised for his valor. So for valor, it is option B, covered eyes. And for third one, for fertile, it is barren. Some sick immigrants were detained at the airport. So for immigrants, it is natives. For question number 5, the questions were so elementary that anyone could pass the test. So for 5, the answer is advanced. So it will be elementary. Yes. So going to question number 6. Each of the following sentences in the section has a blank space and 4 words or group of words given after the sentence. Select the word or group of words you consider most appropriate for the blank space and indicate your response on the answer sheet accordingly. So 6, it's time you went out and dash your own living. So the option would be earned. It's time you went out and earned your own living. So for the 7th one, the elephant fell into a trap the hunters had set. The dress isn't really tight. It'll stretch when you have worn it. For 9th one, with his back to the old man, he stood at the window, fists clenched, and his shoulders, what would be the answer, shivered with his choked sobbing. For the 10th one, the bereaved mother proudly received the Gallantry Award on behalf of a brave son who had laid down his life in the recent war. So for the 11th one, neither the students nor the clerk has done this. So the answer would be no error. For the 12th, the car which went past us when we were driving on the highway must have been doing at least 100 miles an hour. No error. So for the 12th one, again, it is no error. Try to read the questions again and again. You can find out even if there is a slight change in the format, or if it sounds strange or unnatural, it might be the answer. For the 13th one, Raju will be back home in an year after his stay abroad. So the answer would be B. In a year is the correct usage. 14th, I have much work to do. For 14, it is again no error. 15, psychology did not develop into a science based off careful observation. It's not off, it should be on. So for 15, the answer would be B. For 16, we'll have to choose a nearest in meaning. 16, today the newspaper is full of carnage and violence. For carnage, it is bloodshed. 17, religious, it would be spiritual. For 18, imagine, it would be think. For 19, it would be invades, demolishes. For 20, it would be D, tolerant. So we'll go to 21st question. Which one of the following is the average of all prime numbers between 21 and 55? So we'll have to write down all the prime numbers between 21 and 55. That would be, I think you can solve this by yourself. Just write down all the prime numbers between 21 and 55 and take the average of it. So the answer would be 38. 22. If the ratio of speed of A and B is 5:6, and B allows a start of 70 meters in a 1.2 kilometer race. Who will win the race and by what distance? Here you'll have to use the speed and distance formula, and by that try to uh, decipher how many kilometers does B win. So that would be B wins by 130 meter. For 23 here, M is 60 years old, R is 5 years junior to M and 4 years senior to B. The youngest brother of B is B and he is 6 years junior to B. What is the age difference between M and B? Here, try to calculate the difference between the ages. Say, with respect to M's age, try to find the difference. R's age, B's age, and B's age. So, at the end of the day, you can find the difference between M and B. That would be 15 years. Try to solve it yourself. 24. The English letter is reordered in the following manner. The first 6 letters are written in opposite order. The next 6 letters are written in opposite order, and so on. At the end, Y is interchanged with Z. Which one of the following? Here, the 13th letter after arrangement will be the 18th letter of the English alphabet. So try to, write down the letters and find it out. So the answer would be letter N. 25. If A varies as B, then which of the following statement is or are correct? A is directly proportional to B. That means A is equal to a constant into B. Use that sort of a formula and then you will arrive at the answer. The answer would be answer C. Both the situations are correct. Try to solve this too and you would find out the statements are correct. We'll go to 26. Which one of the following about trial balance is correct? It is a book containing different accounts of an entity. It is wrong. It is a statement containing balances of debtors of an entity. Again wrong. It is a statement containing balance of debtors and creditors of an entity. Again wrong. It is a statement containing the various ledger balances of an entity on a particular date. So 26D is the right answer. 27. Wages paid for installation of machinery is debited to which one of the following accounts? The option will be B, machinery account. Question number 28. When are current liabilities payable? It is within a year because the current liability should be payable within a year. Uh, uh, to explain current liabilities, they are companies' debts or obligations that are in due to be paid to the creditors within 1 year. So, if you can say current liabilities might include, notes payable, the accounts payable, unearned revenue, all that. So, yeah. So 29, is the total debit and credit side of trial balance the same? For 29, the answer would be B. Yes, always. The total debit and credit side of trial balance will always be the same. We'll move on to question number 30. Which one of the following is the first book in which the transactions of a business unit are recorded? It is D, journal. It's a pretty easy question because journal is the first book in which the transactions of a business unit will always be recorded. It's also known as a subsidiary book. And 31. Who among the following did not represent the militant nationalist school of thought in India? The answer would be Krishna Kumar Mitra. He was one of the prominent leaders of Brahma Samaj and he was also involved in Swadeshi movement and he did not represent the militant national school of thought. 32. Which one of the following statement about the situation in Rayatwari area is correct? 32. A large amount of land passed into the hands of the money leaders, merchants and rich peasants who usually utilize the services of the tenants. Landless laborers became the landowners. Yes, option B is right. Landless laborers became the landowners in Rayatwari system because the ownership of the land was vested with the farmers. 33. In the year 1911, who among the following formed the Social Service League in Bombay? When it comes to Social Service League in Bombay, it is N.M. Joshi. Narayan Malhar Joshi founded the Social Service League in Bombay in 1911. 34. Who among the following was not a part of the group of no changers in the Congress party? The answer is Motilal Nehru. He was a part of Swarajis who favored entry of nationalists into legislative council, and he also used this as a platform for political struggle. Okay, so 35. Who among the following was not a member of cabinet mission? It's a very easy answer because we all know Stafford Cripps, Pethick Lawrence, and A.V. Alexander were the members to cabinet mission. So option D is the correct answer. Lord Wavell was not a member of the cabinet mission. 36. Who among the following is the first player in the history of Test cricket to take 200 wickets against left-handed batsmen? For 36, the answer is Ravichandran Ashwin. 37. Who among the following speakers of Lok Sabha formally disassociated from the political party after his election as the speaker? It is Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy. 38. UNESCO has been observing February 21 as the International Mother Language Day since 2000. The idea to celebrate International Mother Language Day was the initiative of which of the following nations? The idea was proposed by Bangladesh to celebrate. It was an initiative of Bangladesh. Okay, it was approved at the General Conference by UNESCO in 1999. 39. Dr. Nyosi Okonjo-Iweala was recently selected as first woman Director General of WTO. She hails from which one of the following countries? It is option C, Nigeria, and she was also the first woman to hold this position. And 40, the Kaladan multi-modal transit transport project will connect India with which one of the following countries? It is Myanmar. The Kaladan multi-modal transit transport platform connects India with Myanmar. So let's move on to the next question. 41. How many times does the digit 3 appear between 1 and 100 such that the number where 3 appears is not divisible? 41. Try to, the number of digits times 3 appear between 1 and 100 will be 9 plus 11 is equal to 20. So you'll have to find out the numbers divisible between 1 to 100. So that would be 3, 30, 33. Try to find it by yourself. So the answer will be 12. It's an easy question. 42. Which one of the following is a remainder when 74 to the power 100 is divided by 9? Here the answer would be 7. The remainder will be 7. Use a formula and find it out. Like 74 to the power 100 can be written as 72 plus 2, the whole power 100. Try to derive the answer using that. 43. Which one of the following is arithmetic mean of root 3 minus root 2? Try to solve it. It is quite easy. The answer would be root 3. You will have to write it as root 3 minus root 2 plus 1 by root 3 minus root 2 by 2. You'll have to expand it and you can find the answer. It's quite easy. 44. Suppose x and y are two positive numbers such that x is divided by 2 and y is increased by 2. The ratio becomes 2:1, and when x is increased by 2 and y is reduced by 2, the ratio becomes 3:1. Which one of the following is equal to x minus y? Again, try to solve it yourself. The answer would be 20. Take two quadratic equations and then try to solve, apply equation 1 and equation 2, and then you can get the answer. It's quite easy. 45. If n is greater than If n is lesser than 1, be a composite natural number whose square root is not an integer, consider the following statements. N has a factor which is greater than 1 but less than the square root of n. N has a factor which is greater than the square root of n but less than n. Here the answer would be A, because both statements, the answer would be, both statements are true, so it would be C. Because if you take, you can take any composite number, say if n is equal to 30, so try to apply both the statements in the equation and you can find the answer. 46. What is the equivalent decimal value of a binary number 101011110? The answer would be 46. Option A would be the answer. Try to solve it. 47. Which one of the following basic operations not for converting raw input data into useful information is not performed by all computers? It is switching. Switching is not the basic operation for converting raw input because switching is used for transferring the information from one computer network to another. Okay. So 48. Which one of the following memories is extremely fast and acts as a high-speed buffer between the CPU and the main memory? For 48, the answer is D, cache. Because cache memory is an extremely fast memory. Cache memory is used to reduce the average time to access data from the main memory. 49. Which one of the following is not a web browser? It's quite easier because we know Internet Explorer, Google, Chrome, Firefox are all. The answer would be option C. 50. Which one of the following represents 1 gigabyte of information? 50, the option is option B, because 1 gigabyte equal to 1024 megabytes. Where is okay, 51. Where did Gandhiji put in his first major public appearance after returning from South Africa in 1915? The answer would be D, because after returning from South Africa, he went to Banaras Hindu University because there was an opening ceremony, so he visited. 52. Who among the following is the author of Gandhi as Mahatma? The author is, I think, Shahid. Yeah, Shahid Amin is the answer. Who among the following was the president of the Indian National Congress at the time of independence of India? 53, the answer would be J.B. Kripalani. Acharya J.B. Kripalani was the president of Indian National Congress at that time, 1947, August. 54. During 1931, under whose leadership did a strong Kisan Sabha movement develop in the Gaya district of Bengal? Kisan Sabha movement was actually started by Swami Sahajan Saraswati. So the option is B. 55. Who produced the Pirpur Report 1938? The Pirpur Report was produced by the Muslim League. That was for the because the Pirpur report, it was in which it charged the Congress for interference with the religious rights, suppression of Urdu, and there was Hindi propagation, all that. So it charged Congress as pro-Hindu and anti-Muslim. So it was produced by the Muslim League. Which 56? Which one of the following facts pertaining to National Green Tribunal is not correct? Uh, the NGT was set up in the year 2010. Yes, it is right. Its purpose is to ensure effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forests and other natural resources. Yes, it is bound by the procedure laid down by the Code of Civil Procedure. No, because it is guided by the principles of natural justice. The option would be option C, because they asked not correct. Which one of the following is the mandate of committees on estimates? The main mandates, let's see. It reports on what economies, improvements in organization efficiency, or administrative reform consistent with the policy underlining the estimates may be affected. Scrutinized option A would be the right. Sometimes, if you see questions like this, generally they tend to say if the option has a relatively higher statement, say like 4 or 5 statements, they tend to be the answer. It's just that, it can be a probability. Just don't blindly stick onto it. So 58. According to the Economic Survey 2020 to 21, which one of the following will be India's real GDP growth in the year 2021 to 22? Here the answer is option A. Try to find out what would be the current GDP growth. They might tend to ask that because it's quite an old data. So yeah. Which one of the following is the acronym for the word Niti in Niti Aayog? That would be B. National Institution for Transforming India. It's quite easy, all these questions. I think you remember it was replaced by the erstwhile Planning Commission. 60. Which one of the following is not correct description of Namami Ganga program? Uh, it is an initiative of the Ministry of Jal Shakti, yes. It primarily covers villages in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Odisha. No, it is not right because it covers Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, and West Bengal. Odisha is not part of the riverbank states. So the answer would be option B. Let's move on to 61. What is the maximum amount of gratuity payable to the employees under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972? For 61, the answer would be option D, 20 lakh. 62. What is the maximum number of hours in a week that an adult worker is allowed to work for? 48 hours. When questions related to labor laws comes, they mostly focus on fact-oriented questions. If you could see the question papers. So try to remember all the facts when it comes to all the acts and the working hours, the age, and what are the objectives of every act. So try to, write that and, try to make notes out of it. 63. What is the maximum period in which appropriate government shall review and revise the minimum rates under the Minimum Wages Act 1948? The answer would be option D, 5 years. 64. Under Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana, what is the maximum amount that can be deposited during a financial age? The answer would be A, 1.5 lakh. The minimum would be 250. What is the minimum and maximum age at which a subscriber can join the Atal Pension Yojana? You can see questions from Atal Pension Yojana being repeated. Please read on that thoroughly. 65, the answer would be B, 18 to 40 years. 66, which one of the following denotes gross profit? For 66, the answer is B, sales less cost of goods sold, because gross profit is equal to total sales minus cost of goods sold. 67. What is the underlying accounting concept that supports no anticipation of profits but provision of all possible losses? It is conservatism. So 68. Which one of the following accounting concepts is applied by an entity when events such as new competitor entering in the market and drift between production and marketing departments are not disclosed in the books of accounts? 68. It is money measurement. 69. Which one of the following concerns prepares receipts and payments accounts? It is option B, non-trading concerns. 70. Which one of the following statement is correct about income and expenditure account? 70. It is option C. It is a nominal account because both income and expenditure account comes at a nominal account. They're also called temporary accounts, okay? Because that includes revenue, expense, gain and loss accounts. So let's move on to 71. The author of the book, Little Book of Encouragement, I think everybody knows it, is the Dalai Lama. A. 72. Which day has been declared by the Government of India to be celebrated every year as Parakram Divas? 72. It is A. 23rd January. And it was also remembered for the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. 73. A copy of the famous 16th century art Salvata Mundi, which was reportedly stolen, has recently been recovered by police in Italy. The painting is attributed to which one of them among the following? It is Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, I think you all would remember for his famous painting, the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. 74. The Global Firepower Index 2021, a military strength ranking placed India at bronze rank 74. The answer would be option C, fourth rank. Try to find out the recent ranking also. 75. Now, Naomi Osaka won the women's singles title of the Australian Open Tennis Tournament 2021. Who among the following was defeated by her in the finals? It is option B, Jennifer Brady. 76. The average of a husband and his wife was 23 years when they were married 5 years ago. The average age of the husband, the wife, and the children is 20 years. How old is the child? Try to find the sum of the present age of the couple, and then you can find out the child's present age. So that would be option D, 4 years. 77. If W1 and W2 are the weights of two solid iron balls of radii 1 by 2 meter and 1 by 3 meter respectively, then which of the following is equal to W1 is to W2? Here the weight of the solid iron ball using the formula 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, and solve it. The answer would be 27 is to 8, option B. 78, 40% of the students in a class are from India and 50% are girls. If 25% of the Indian students are girls, what percentage of non-Indian students are boys? Here, try to find the here total number of students. You can take it as 100, and it's a percentage problem. It's quite easy. You can find it out. It would be 33.33 percentage. 79. The average weight of 100 students in a class is 46. Average weights of boys and girls are 50 and 40 kg respectively. What is the difference between the number of boys and girls? Again, it's quite easier. The answer would be 20. Try to find out the average weight of the boys and girls and using allegation method, and then you can find it out. It would be 100 by 5 into 1. It's something like that. 80. A hollow closed cube of side 10 centimeter, each weighing 200 gram, is made. This cube is placed in water with a horizontal face. How many centimeter of its height sinks in water if the density of water is 1 gram per? Here you can find it out using density formula. Density is equal to mass by volume. The answer would be 2 centimeter, option C. So let's move on to 81st question. We'll have to find the explanation of the terms. Closure. Closure, it's easy. Permanent closing down as place. It's marked correctly. 1 1. So we have option A and C left. Workmen. It is any person. Again, it's marked correctly. 2 1 2. So the option would be 81. 82. Who is an adolescent as per Factories Act 1948? The answer is option A. Who has completed 15 years of age but less than 18. 83. What is controlled industry? This is just like a word play. What is a controlled industry? The option would be answer A. Any industry, the control of which a union has been declared by Central Act to be expedient in the public interest. 84. What is the minimum number of members required for the registration of a trade union? The answer is C, 7 members. At least 7 members are needed. 85. Which one of the following are represented are considered as the trades disputes under the provision of Trade Union Act 1926? Any dispute of any person connected with employment, non-employment, conditions of labor. The answer would be all the above. Employment, non-employment, conditions of labor. 86. Which one of the following is not a language translator? It is linkage, linker. Which one of the following statement is correct? A device driver of output devices. 87. Interpreter interprets. It's option C. Translates user inputs into output device, the device driver. 88. Which one of the following registers used to keep track of the next instruction to be executed? It is program counter. 89. Which of the following is not a audio format? It is MIDI. MIDI is a musical instrument digital interface file, while the others are all audio files. 90. Which one of the following denotes a sequential electronic circuit that is used to store one bit of information? It is flip-flop. Which one of the following does Nirguna Bhakti refer to? Nirguna Bhakti is abstract form of God worship. It is D. What did Akbari seek to promote within the frontiers of the Mughal state? That is C. Social harmony with the support of strong ruling class. 93. Gandhi's salt march to Dandi was started from which one of the following places? It's quite easy. It is from Sabarmati Ashram. 94. Who among the following was not a member of socialist group in the Congress party? It is Rajendra Prasad, because Jayaprakash Narayan, Acharya Narendra Dev and N.G. Ranga were all members of the socialist group. 95. Which of the following was not recommended by the Macaulay's 1835 Minute on Education? 95. Teaching of both Western and Oriental texts that he did not recommend. Others, teaching in English medium recommended, liberal, literal meaning, all these were recommended. 95. For 96, which one of the following states will be directly connected with Assam by the proposed bridge between Dubri and Pulbari over river Brahmaputra? 96, it's Meghalaya. So Meghalaya will be directly connected with Assam by the proposed bridge between Dhubri and Fulbari over river Brahmaputra. It was almost 200 kilometers to 19 kilometers. Um, I mean, the bridge would reduce the distance between Pulbari and Dhubri in West Assam. 97. Which of the following statements are correct? India is a signatory to the Ramsar Convention. The Ramsar Convention is about wetland conservation, and at present there are 76 Ramsar sites in India. The option would be option D, 1 and 2, because the number of Ramsar sites is given wrongly. Try to find out the number of Ramsar sites presently, in India right now. 98. Which one of the following is not an objective under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchaya Yojana? 98. The option is A, providing subsidies to use fertilizer, high-yielding varieties, and pesticides. 99. In which of the following places Asia's first exporting center was set up? It is a easy question. It's Kandla. Which one of the following is the name of the scheme introduced as well as targeted system of service delivery to LPG customers? It is option C. Um, no, it's not option C. It's option B, Pahal, because Pahal scheme was introduced as well as targeted system of service delivery to LPG customers. So it's option B. Which one of the following is not a female reproductive organ in humans? It is D, stamen, because it's a male reproductive part of the plant. 1 or 2. Which one of the following cannot be called amphibian of the plant kingdom? Cannot be called. 1 or 2 is option Spirogyra, Riccia, Furaria, and Mercantia. So the answer would be A, Spirogyra. 1 or 3. Which one of the following is not a consequence of deforestation? It's very easy. You can find it of yourself. Increase groundwater table. 1 or 4. Which one of the following chromosomes has a mismatched pair in a normal human male? 1 or 4. The answer is C, X chromosome, because always X chromosomes have a mismatched pair because it contains XY. Female would be XX. 1 or 5. The word vaccine has been derived from the Latin word. It's easy. It's from cow. C. 1 or 6. Which one of the following statements is true with regard to the image formation by two eyes of a person? 1 or 6. The answer is D. Each eye sees a slightly different image. That is true. And then they try to mix it up together, and you get a single 3D image. 1 or 7. Which one of the following statements is correct? Wavelengths of microwaves ranges between A, infrared waves and radio waves. 1 or 8. Which one of the following is the hydrogen is the is the is of the hydrogen atom? 1 or 8. It is option A, 10 to the power of minus 10, equal to 0.1 nanometer. 1 or 9. Which one of the following statements regarding force is correct? It is option C. A positive force can be both attractive and repulsive in nature. 110. When a dielectric material is kept in an external electric field, which one of the following phenomena may be realized? It is P, polarization. Because the field produced due to polarization minimize the effect of external field, and therefore the electric field inside a dielectric reduces. 111. Which one of the following substances, when added to water, will not change the pH? Option, it's D, sodium chloride, will not change the pH of solution. 112. Which of the following, on adding water, will not scatter a beam of light? It is option B, chalk powder, because calcium carbonate will not scatter. 113. Which of the following will not be reduced by metallic zinc? The option is option D, aluminium. 114. Who among the following discovered protons? Very easy. I think sixth standard chemistry book. The option is option C, Ernest Rutherford. I think you all remember the gold foil experiment and everything. So 115. Consider the following balanced equation. Carbon monoxide plus 2H2 gives CH3OH. So how many moles of CH3 can we obtain by reacting 2.0 mole of carbon monoxide with 2.0 mole of hydrogen? The answer would be option A, 1. 116. Which one of the following pairs of zonal railways and the headquarters is not correctly matched? It's option A. Central is Mumbai, not Nagpur. 117. Tri-service contingent of which one of the following countries participated in India's Republic Day parade in 2021? It is Bangladesh. 118. Which one of the following does not figure in the 8th schedule? So the 8th schedule has 22 languages. So in that, both is not the Dogri, Maithili, and Santali are there. Try to remember all the 22 languages with the help of mnemonic codes. 119. As a routine exercise, operations Garam Hawa and Sard Hawa are conducted by BSF. The Border Security Force, they conduct the Garam Hawa and Sard Hawa. So Garam, it refers to something hot, right? So it comes in the summer season. Sard Hawa, it comes in the winter season. They do it as a routine exercise every year. So 120, who among the following was the founder of Swatantra Party? It is C. Rajagopalachari. It is again an easy question because he resigned the INC and then he founded the Swatantra Party. Okay, yes. I hope you all enjoyed the session. I will try to solve the 2017 UPSC EPFO paper in the next session. In case if you have any queries or if you want to, if you would like to see any other videos on a particular topic, please let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel. That would encourage me to come up with more videos. Thank you.